If you understand this one principle about time management, it is going to revolutionize your ability to become a writer and have a creative career. Okay, here it is. When you manage your time now in exactly the same way as you would be managing it as a writer or as a filmmaker or a creative or an entrepreneur, that's when you allow yourself to become these things. So what we're going to do is we're going to break it down, but that is literally the core of it. You want to be managing your time now as that version of you in the future who is a writer, who's having the career that you want, who's having success as an entrepreneur, a filmmaker, whatever it is. So what on earth do I mean by this? Well, let me give you an example. So one core component of becoming a writer or having a creative career is that you need to learn new stuff. Okay, and to be honest, it's probably the one area that people make the most mistakes in. People tend to think, I should know everything already, or I haven't got time to learn. So if you understand that in order to become successful, to create more income, to have a wider impact, become a writer, become a creative, that you're going to need to learn stuff that you don't already know, then you're going to be aware that that version of you in the future, some of their time is spent on learning. So that means that right now in this moment, today, you need to earmark time every day for learning. So that's the first, right now, right today, I'm going to allocate an hour a day, half an hour a day, 2 hours a day, whatever it is, but you're now managing your time as that version of you in the future. Now, depending on the creative future that you want to create, you're going to be managing your time in lots of different ways. So again, it might be that you think, well, if I was a successful writer in 5 years' time, I would be running a Facebook page and I would be leading a really lovely engaged community on Twitter. So again, you need to start managing that time now. So if you were running a thriving Facebook page and engaging with a following on Twitter, you would be spending a certain amount of time each day on those actions. So again, every day you're managing your time as that version of you in the future. So it might be that you set aside 15 minutes every morning to schedule some content that goes out on Twitter every day. It might be that you schedule half an hour every evening to sit down and to write some content for your Facebook page and to interact with people who might have posted comments on the previous day's content. So you're always looking at how you're managing your time in this moment now and making sure that you're managing it exactly the same way as that future version of you. Guys, literally, I cannot tell you what an absolute game changer this is. But here's the thing, how simple does it sound, right? It is probably one of the hardest things to do. It is a huge ask. Now, I will be working with a client on this, and we might be coaching on this for several months, okay? So we're always coming back to how are they managing their time, and then we're course correcting. So you want to start super, super simple. The way that you start super simple is you've firstly got to see how you currently are managing your time, because you need to be really aware. You need to be really aware how much time you're spending watching Netflix, or how much time you're spending making your food, or how much time you're spending on your phone. You need to be so insightfully honest about where that time is going. And then you need to really look at that future version of you and really tune into that version of you and get, again, totally clear about how you would be spending your time as that future version of you. Now, what can sometimes happen is that my clients might say, I've got no idea what that future version of me is doing with her time. No idea whatsoever. Sometimes, again, if you find yourself in that place, I would suggest asking, well, what is she not doing? So then my clients are like, well, she's not wasting her time. So then I'm like, well, what is time wasting stuff? And so my clients might say, well, she's not wasting time on social media. So again, you start to get really clear about what's out. So that's going to make it much easier to manage your time now as that future version, because you've already got rid of a load of stuff. Now, what tends to happen is when you start to think about what you're not doing, you can then start to open up in terms of what you are doing. So for example, if you come to the conclusion that the future version of you as a successful Oscar-winning filmmaker is not wasting 2 hours every evening watching box sets, so then you're like, what is that future version of you spending that 2 hours an evening doing? And so then you might say, well, that future version of me is spending 2 hours an evening researching the best films and what makes them so great. And my future version of me is spending half an hour in the evenings networking with people in the industry. So it takes some time to really get this time management tip figured out. But listen, guys, if you were to do nothing else this year but to hone your ability to manage your time right here, right now as that future version of you, I can't tell you how much success you're going to achieve based on what you would be achieving if you didn't do this exercise. It is such a game changer. And for that reason, like, let me know, share in the comments. You might be thinking, oh my God, this sounds really challenging. Like, what's your first reaction to this? Are you excited? Are you like, wow, if I literally do this, it's going to be a game changer. Like, get out of my way. I can't wait to do it. Or are you like, I don't know, it sounds like a lot of hard work. I'm not sure if I've got time for it. So give me your first impressions. Also, those of you who are keen to take the challenge on, I want to know from you because you might want some accountability. I'm here for that. I respond to every comment personally on YouTube. It might be that you want a little bit more advice. It might be that you're at that place where you're trying to figure out, wait, I don't know how I would spend my time in the future. I love helping people on that one. Also, if you're not getting my weekly guidance, if you're not tuning in to my live interviews, then come and join the Write No Matter What community, because it's going to give you access to both of those. Live interviews with industry professionals, writers, editors, agents, entrepreneurs. I'm interviewing live the people who are really at the top of their game creatively. You'll get my weekly newsletter full of tips, inspiration, and free links to free training. And you also get to join the beautiful Write No Matter What community on Facebook. So come find us, come join the community and really make that shift today. Start managing your time right now as that future version of you and watch the magic happen. Loved sharing this one with you. This is such a powerful one. Have fun with it, folks, and looking forward to seeing you next week. Take care.